Will Marcus Rashford make England's World Cup squad?
No.
You don't think he'll make the squad?
No. Do not.
We've got what? He's in a bit of form at the moment.
Is he?
He's got 4 goals in the last 2-3
I
games.
think he'll make the squad. I don't know if he deserves to make the squad, but I think he will make the squad because Gareth Southgate knows him. He adds a little bit of different dimension, and I think if we do play against a good team on the counter-attack, he could be useful. You don't want him to make the squad because you don't like him.
I don't say I dislike him. Shame
Somebody said to us.
Sam had a little encounter. Do you want to tell him?
No, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go into that. But like, he's not my favourite person I've ever met, if I'm honest. But it is what it is. Well, we won't.
But anyway,
on divulge into that. Joshua, next question.
Pure football reasons. I think he'll make the squad because on the count, Jared Bowen.
Are you? No.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
No,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I would rather have Rashford in than.
I would rather have Rashford than Jared Bowen.
Really?
But only because if you play, I know I love Brazil. If you play Brazil, yeah, you need a counter-attacking threat. And as much as I don't think Rashford
You need a good
is on,
defender. That's what
yeah,
you need.
as much as I don't think Rashford is on Foden's level, Sterling's level, I don't think there's many better players in England, to be honest, on the counter-attack as effective as Marcus Rashford. And I think that could be a useful tool for England in the World Cup.
I'm looking at Rashford and all last season and everything. It looked like a player who wasn't enjoying his football. It looked like a kid.
He doesn't smile on the pitch.
Nobody did at Man United though, Dave.
But, shut up.
It's true.
But if you look at him now, recently, right, and we've still got, 4 or 5 weeks still, right?
Is that all it is?
Yeah, I think it's 5 weeks.
mental,
World
isn't
It's
Cup
weird,
starts.
isn't it? A World Cup this time.
So,
Maybe I'll
if you
get
look
called
at him
up.
now,
27 injuries. Carry on.
yeah, it was 65 last week.
Yeah.
He's going up. If you look at him now, he's banging some goals. He's smiling again. He looks happy again. Now, if he can carry that form in, you have to take players that are banging in goals and are in form and looking like they want to play. And I think what he's done in the past, forget about the last year or so, and you look at if he's come through that other side, I think you have to take him.
And whether you rate him or not, you cannot deny that he is a goal threat.
Yeah.
He's proven to score
I
goals.
never said I don't rate him. By the way.
I'm not a huge fan. Brilliant player. Compared to England's other options, I wouldn't play him in my England team. But I still think he has to go just based on pure, like I've just said, his counter-attacking ability. I think
James Maddison going, Josh.
I don't think he'll go, no.
But do you think he should? I'd like him to go.
The argument is that people are saying with set pieces and free kicks and
Yeah,
all
but
this.
you've got other options,
But
I understand
it's
that.
not like Trent and Ward-Prowse
Yeah.
can't take free
Yeah.
kicks.
Trippier as well.
Yeah.
Trippier.
Unbelievable.
And James Maddison, in my opinion, technically an unbelievable footballer. But in that position, I honestly just don't think he's as good as Foden and Mason Mount.
So you don't think he's good enough to get in the squad?
No. I didn't say I don't think he's good enough to get in the squad. I think he is.
He's saying he's not as good as Mount.
I think he's
and
100% good
Foden.
enough to play for England. But I think if you look at the options that are playing in his position, I don't think he's better than them. But if Gareth Southgate picked him tomorrow to start, you won't see me moaning about it. But I just Mason Mount, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden. You can't really Sterling.
Has
more
Jack
of a winner.
Grealish done enough to get on the plane? See, I'm a big fan of Jack Grealish, but I'm saying so
Yeah,
far.
but it gives you that little bit of option to if we're struggling, we need a goal. Even if he's not starting, struggling, need a goal. You need sometimes in these games where everybody's playing it safe, don't take that risk. I think you need a player on your team
As an
that is
impact
willing,
kind of player.
Yeah, is willing to just fuck it
Yeah.
and go for it. And
Don't
he's
get
that
me
kind
wrong
of
though.
player.
Madison's pushing. His goals and assists.
Yeah.
You've seen the stats, better than all those players in the Premier League at the minute. He's playing for a worse team.
Yeah.
So
I know Forest
that's
aren't
just
very good, but he played very well the other night, like unbelievably well.
Like I just said, brilliant player. And in my opinion, he's not better than Mount, Foden. But I'm assuming in a lot of other people's opinion, he is. Like football's about opinions, isn't it? Gareth Southgate doesn't seem to favour him over those players. He's not really picked him in the squads, and I don't think he will pick him in this World Cup squad.
Last one on it. Where do England finish in the tournament, Dave? If you had to put your money on it, how far do you think they'll go? Just a quick prediction on it.
It's difficult to say because they've not looked great, have they? So if you're going to go on the performances, then you say not very well. But then also, you can turn around and say, well, throughout all of the tournaments, we always seem to coast through group stages and everything, and kind of we have these big hopes on tournaments, and apart from the last two, we've always been let down. The
weather's a big factor.
Yeah,
a big factor.
Do you know what I think as well? Is because it's November. I'm interested to see how players
they're going to be fit, match fit.
Because like at the end of a long hard season,
tired
compared to in the middle of the season when they should be at their peak.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a really good World Cup. I'm going to say, because I'm an optimist, I'm going to say semi-final.
But even so, he gets if as ruthless as football is, if we don't win, I don't think we'll win the tournament. I think if we don't get to the final, Southgate's gone.
I think I agree with that.
I think
because we've got semi-final.
I want him to go now.
I think he'll go, but I don't think he'll get sacked. I think he'll yeah, I think because the tides. Remember back in the day, like they were turning. There was stuff like media calling managers' names and start turning on them. Southgate's not had that because he's done so well in tournament football. But surely, you need to be judged on tournament football. And for England, we've not won anything for years and years and years. To go and do what he's done, a semi and a final, should give him some respect and respect going forward. But now it seems, because obviously we're on a bad run, the tide's turning on Southgate, and I think he knows that. He'll see how yeah, that's it. He won't want to undo all the hard work, all the good credit he's got. I think he'll see how it goes in the tournament, and if we go out gallantly and we've done really well, and you get knocked out on penalties or something
4-3 to Brazil in the semi-final, good.
I think Brazil win the World Cup.
What about Argentina?
It's Messi's last one in it, so he could produce something. He's the best player of all time.
Okay, quick one, and then we'll move on because we've got a few minutes left. I think England will get to the quarter-final. I think we'll get knocked out by a team like a Brazil.
I agree with you. Unfortunately, I agree with you.
Sorry for
I'm in dream world. I'm winning semi-final.
All the optimists. I apologise.